Okay, boys and girls, this is the final video I'm going to make about this property over here across my street. There'll be some other videos showing you the crimes committed in front of a collage of crimes committed in front of my house. But this is the last video on the property owned by Raymond G.TAYLOR, slumlord of Tomball. These people, apparently, nobody would tell me. A buddy of mine in Houston called me. He looked it up on the web. I guess they were evicted for non-payment. Because I wonder, you can't evict somebody if they're paying. The guy had a contract to buy this house, and from what I understand, as long as he was paying, he didn't have to. You couldn't get rid of him. You make him obey the law, but you can't tell somebody where they can live. Okay, that's the second 20-yard dumpster that they've had in there. Okay, this house is now a Frankenstein house. It's a haunted house. It is in distress. It's going to take about $30,000 to put it back. This is where the door just ripped right off of there. You see down in there, that's all termite damage. See, Jarrell sees something like that. I wouldn't touch that property with a 10-foot pole. Okay? Gracious. Now they've left all this junk over here in this utility right away. I guess they think that's their private storage area. I don't know what Texas New Mexico Power Company would say about that. I'm sure there's a million pages of law in Texas about what a right-of-way is and what a right-of-way isn't, and laws concerning that right-of-way. There you go. There's the illegal fence. Property line is inside that telephone pole there. Gracious. What you're looking at here, you see how dark all this is over in here? That's toxic pollution. Did you know that, Lisa Robinson? She's an environmental lady. She's overpaid and underworked. She sits in an ivory tower in Austin. She's another bungling bureaucrat that Jarrell can't stand. Salvador Dali didn't like him either. Every time you see one of his paintings with ants in it, those represented bureaucrats. Gracious. I'm not doing too good with this today. And it ain't because I've been drinking cold beer. I ain't had no cold beer in 4 days. There it is, boys and girls. That was a once beautiful property. And there it is. We're going to have another video, a collage of all the cars that were repaired here. And then we're going to do a video on the crimes that these miscreants had, threats that they have committed in front of my house, which the police won't do a damn thing about. Okay, that's going to wrap it up. That's going to be the last video of that. And I'm going to show you a collage of... Oh, I got a wrong mouse. Start getting rid of all this stuff here. Okay, I'm going to show you a collage of what was been going on here. Probably goes back, I can't remember. I done erased a lot of these pictures off my computer. I printed out over 700 of them. I lost the last part of 2016, and all of 2017 got thrown away somehow. Okay, there's a Dunning-Kruger effect. Barry Goldwater, he was a ham radio operator just like me. Probably one of the last conservatives in California, eh? Largemouth bass, loudmouth ass. Typical stinking Democrat. That's a good one right there. That's Joe Biden. Yeah. You dumbasses voted for him. That's Joe Manchin in the background. And right there, that's Senator Robert Byrd. He was a grand exalted cyclops of the KKK. And, you know, Biden got up the other day and said he went to a church in Charleston where I grew up, where Dylan Roof shot up all those poor people. And he started saying he started the civil rights movement. He's a pathological liar and a damn plagiarist. No ordinary American cares about their constitutional rights, says Joe Biden. There's an Indian, an African American, and there's beat off O'Rourke, a drunken Irish boy that was educated at Harvard. Another stinking Democrat. All right, here we go. These are all movies that are on my, that aren't in my GoPro folder. There's some of the environmental people in Galveston County. Oh, look at that fancy letter. Nothing was found. No further action will be taken. Little mousy girls come out of Houston, come up there to the property, and Johnson ran them off. Stupid. You bring a search warrant and a bunch of police when you're dealing with a violent, convicted drug felon. There's little fart flipping me the bird. There's what the property looked like before Johnson moved in September of 2016. That truck being brought in, cars being brought in, wreckers. That's Delon Delafosse. She's a BLM activist. You can't see it, but she's harassing two 75-year-old people. And there's Johnson, big male in the back, videotaping it. Gracious. This went on for about 2 or 3 years. The Garzas couldn't even sleep in their bedroom. They're screaming up and down the street in these illegal motorcycles, most probably stolen. There you go. Car after car after car after car after car. No. There you go, boys and girls. Is your water like that? That's from a 75-year-old broken water system. Well, Joe Biden spent $200 billion to that little communist freak Zelensky over there in Ukraine. But we got to have rusty water, you see. Infrastructure. Goodness gracious, it's a hooker convention in front of Jarrell's house. Two of those ladies, they're not in the photo, they were walking around in their bra and panties. Goodness gracious. These boots are made for walking. And that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. My apologies to Nancy Sinatra. Gotta go, baby. I ain't gotta go to no titty bar. Jarrell just had to turn on his security camera. Wah, wah. There it is. That's pellet shot into my house by big male, warning me not to mess with him. Better back off. Better back off. Those are all right there nowadays, boys and girls. If you want to come over and look at them, they're all marked. I keep them marked. There's Scarecrow Man in his bathrobe. They're trying to put mass quantities of Absorball material before the Enviro people gave them, what, a week's notice before they're going to come. They had a bunch of happy horse shit there. There's a constable, and there's a lawyer for him over there. And there's a bunch of people milling around and like, why did you call us out of our office? We like sitting in our cubicle, pecking on our keyboard, flying emails around. That's how we justify our work. There's the backside of Raymond G. Taylor, slumlord of Tomball. Now, yeah, there's a bunch of these. See, the customer's waiting while they're repairing these. They bring the parts over, Big Mail puts them on. There's some more of them scrapping out them refrigerators, blowing Freon off into the environment. There he is. There's, what's his name? Demonic Zombie. There we go. Enviro, that truck's still sitting there right now. Gracious. There's a drain that they came out and blocked. Because Big Male says his babies might fall down in there. Well, he ain't got no babies. And if you don't supervise your children, yes, anything could happen to them. That's rotten plywood, 3/4 inch plywood with lean concrete. When some kid come out of the yard there and started busting it up. That blocked off 80% of the drainage for 25 houses. That one's even better. That's on my side of the street. That's rotten plywood. It's rotten and collapsed. There's that lean concrete on top that idiot smeared on there from the city. Thugs. Probably stolen motorcycles they're loading in there. After a while, man, I guess they told him to slow down. He just started repairing them on the street. There you go. There's the engine lift. That's not a sling to hold a tarp. You understand that, Clements? You moron. Kitty cat in a trash can. Superfly. It's gonna make you fortune by and by. And Pimpmobile with the Houston spinner wheels, baby. Oh, this is a good one. To prove you're not a robot, put in the box how many hoods are up on these cars here. And zombie. They blocked this street so many times them old people couldn't hardly get out. There's zombie trespassing. He gonna show me. He gonna flip the bird at me. He'll cut right through my property there. You a sick freak, zombie. There's more with a 4x6